Last video of Carl Pearson coefficient of correlation, we have calculated how to calculate Carl Pearson coefficient of correlation when in series if some items is missing. Sometimes in question paper they have given a very small question related to the Carl Pearson coefficient of correlation, and getting 5 marks or 2 marks question is over there. So in today's video we will learn some different kind of the question related to the Carl Pearson coefficient of correlation. So I have selected 5 questions which are so many times repeated in examinations, in various examinations. I have written 1 2 3 4 5. So we will do how to calculate Carl Pearson coefficient of correlation in such kind of the question is over there. The first question is given, n value is given 15, arithmetic mean is given 25 and y bar is given 18. Standard deviation of x is given 5, standard deviation y is given 5 and sigma dx dy is given 25. We are to calculate value of correlation. So r is equal to sigma dx dy upon n standard deviation x and standard deviation y. Already we have gone through with this formula. Here you will see x bar given, we are not using x bar. Y bar given just to confuse the student. The value of x bar and y bar is given. Generally you are not want to use 125 divided by 15 multiply by 5 multiply by 5. The value of n is 15, value of x bar, standard deviation f is 5, standard deviation y is 5. So very easily you can calculate, that is 125 divided by 15 divided by 25. So the result will be 0.33. This question so many times repeated in examinations, but in examination all student may be got confused why x bar and y bar is given. If x bar or y bar is given, it means we have to use in solution x bar or y bar. There he got the confusion and doing the wrong work. So in such kind of the question you do not want to use x bar and y bar. For having more command on this, I have selected another one question. Here n is 15, here also given x bar and y bar, that is not used by way. N is 15, x standard deviation x given, standard deviation y given, sigma dx dy given. So second question, r is equal to sigma dx dy upon n multiply standard deviation x multiply by standard deviation y. So 122 is given, that is 15, 3.01 and 3.03. Nothing to write anything extra. So here 122 divided by 15 divided by 3.01 divided by 3.03. So the result is 0.89. So here the correlation value will be 0.89. So very simple. First and second question we have done. In first question also they have given the value of n is 15, standard deviation and x given, standard deviation y given, standard 5 and 5, x bar and y bar given. That is not useful for this, because in our formula we do not require value of x bar or y bar, because our formula is sigma dx dy divided by r, standard deviation x and standard deviation y. In second question also they repeated the same thing. So don't be got confused in examination hall. Just you have to put the formula and keeping the value. So this question may be contain 3 marks, 4 marks or maximum 5 marks is over there, because just in 2 lines the answer is over there. That's why this question may be having contains 3 marks only. Okay, so no problem at all. Next question number 3 is written here. In question number 3, r is given. Already a coefficient of correlation r is given 0.8. Sigma xy is given, standard deviation x is given, standard deviation square given, value of n to calculate. So r is equal to sigma xy upon n guna standard deviation x guna standard deviation y. R is equal to sigma xy guna n sigma d square x upon n sigma d square y upon n. So value of standard deviation here, standard deviation x given. Okay, so very first what we should having, firstly we know sigma xy given, okay. So value of r is given, that is 0.8. Sigma xy is given, that is 60. N is not given, we have to calculate value of n, okay. Standard deviation x not given, okay. So standard deviation x is sigma x square upon n, and that is 2.5 given. What we have done, value of r written, sigma xy written, and not now standard deviation x, not now sigma, the value of standard deviation sigma x square upon n, sigma y is given, okay. So 0.8 standard deviation x, value of standard deviation, that is sigma x square upon n, that is direct method. So I have written sigma x square upon in at the place of standard deviation x. So this will be 60 divided by n multiply sigma x square is given here 90 divided by n multiply 2.5. So 0.8 multiply 2.5 multiply, if we write this in 2 times n root n multiply 90 by root n, that is 60. What we have done, this n we are writing 2 times under root this 90 upon, so that there is a cross multiplication, 60 multiplied by 1 and 0.8 multiplied with all this value, so root n cancel to this n. So we are having under root 90 n is equal to 60 divided by 2.5 multiply 8, that is 2. So root 90 n is equal to 30. So root 90 n is equal to 30, taking square on both sides. We are having 90 n is equal to 900. So the n value is 10. So very easily we can calculate the value of n here, no problem at all. What we are to do, just we have to done what the question is asking, we have to keep only this in mind. So in this question r was given, we put the value of r, sigma xy is given, put the value of 60, value of n, sigma x square is sigma x square divided by n, so value of sigma square is 90, putting the value. Now cross multiplication, 0.8 multiply by n, this is 2.5, and 2 times n is over there. So once again I am repeating this step, okay. Here what we are doing, 0.8 is equal to 60 divided by root n root 90 by root n multiply 2.5, okay. Root n to root n cancel. So 0.8 multiply root n multiply root 90 multiply 2.5, that is 60. So 0.8 multiply 2.5, that is 2 root n root 90, that is 60. So root 90 and root n, that is 30, that is similar to. So taking square on both sides, we are having 90 and that is 900, so value of n is 10. So with the help of this you can do the third question, the value of n you can calculate, okay. Next question, we have given the covariance value. Covariance value is given. Here one formula also we have to learn, r is equal to covariance of xy divided by under root variance of x guna variance of y, or we can write covariance of xy divided by under root standard deviation x raised to power 2 standard deviation y raised to power 2. So here covariance is given 10 and this value, both value is given 16 multiply 9. So 10, this is 4 multiply 3, so 10 divided by 12. So value of R you can calculate 10 divided by 12. So value of R 0.83. So this is also a new formula for calculating Karl-Pearson coefficient of correlation. Correlation can be calculated with the covariance of xy divided by under root variance of x or variance of y. As we know, the variance of x is square of standard deviation of x, and variance of y is square of standard deviation of y. So at the place of variance of x, I am writing standard deviation x square. Here I am writing standard deviation y square. So the covariance is given 10, standard deviation of x square is given 16, standard deviation of y square is given 9. So no problem, we can calculate this. Last question number 5 is over there. In question number 5, value of R is given, covariance is given, standard deviation x is given, standard deviation y is asking. So putting the value, R is equal to covariance of xy divided by standard deviation x raised to power 2, standard deviation y raised to power 2. This is the formula. So value of R is minus 0.75. Covariance of xy, that is minus 15, divided by standard deviation of x raised to power 25 and standard deviation of y square we have to calculate. Okay. So that is 0.75 is equal to minus 15 upon 5 standard deviation y. Minus to minus cancel, 0.75 multiply 5 multiply standard deviation y, that is 15. So the value of standard deviation y is 15 divided by 0.75 multiplied by 5. So standard deviation of y, 15 divided by 5 divided by 0.75, so value is 4. So standard deviation y is 4. So easily we have calculated. The very first we put the value of 0.075, the value of R is given. Then covariance is given, that is minus 15, standard deviation x is given 25, standard deviation y is not given. So taking the root, 25 root is 5 and standard deviation y square root is standard deviation y. So having the cross multiplication, 0.75 multiply by 5 multiply by standard deviation of y, that is 15. So getting the result standard deviation y, that is 4. So with the help of this you can easily calculate Karl-Pearson coefficients values over there. In next video we will having some different type of the question related to the Karl-Pearson coefficient of correlation is over there. Sometimes I speak skewness is over there because the Karl-Pearson have two method. One is Karl-Pearson coefficient of skewness and second one is Karl-Pearson of coefficient of correlation is over there. So here we are talking about the Karl-Pearson coefficient of correlation only. I think this video will be helpful to you to know a small questions related to the Karl-Pearson coefficient of correlation. You can do very easily, step by step if you will do, you will get the result for that. In next video we will having some different type of the question related to the Karl-Pearson coefficient of correlation over there. Thank you once again.